What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 4 update video. Earlier today, HBO released 10 new photos taken during the filming of Episode 4, so what I want to do is take a closer look at them and see what else may be happening in the upcoming episode. So let's get started. In the first image, we can see Jon Snow, Davos, Missandei, Varys, Tyrion, and Daenerys Targaryen standing on the beach of Dragonstone, and they are all looking in the same direction. They are most likely watching someone arrive on the beach, and there are a few different characters I believe they could be looking at. In the preview trailer for Episode 4, we saw Theon Greyjoy arriving on this beach, finally making it back after being attacked by his uncle Euron Greyjoy in the second episode. They could all be standing here as Theon makes it to the shore, but there is someone else I think they might be watching arrive as well. In the last episode, we learned that Jorah Mormont is now completely cured of his grayscale thanks to Samwell Tarly. Jorah was told he was cleared to leave the Citadel because he had no other signs of grayscale, so now that Jorah is free to go, he will probably head straight for Dragonstone to reconnect with his Khaleesi. Back in Season 6, he revealed to Daenerys that he did have grayscale, and she told him to go get himself cured, then come back to her because she did want him at her side when she was in Westeros.
Well, I command you to find the cure. Wherever it is in this world. I command you to heal yourself. And then return to me. When I take the Seven Kingdoms, I need you by my side.
And when I look at this new photo of the group standing here, Daenerys is standing in the front of this group, and I think that's because she wants to greet this person first. And I think it could be because it's Jorah Mormont. But she doesn't look very happy either, so that's why I think it might be Theon also. I'm split down the middle on who this could be, but let's take a look at the next one. In this next image, Theon Greyjoy is arriving on the beach, and there is a very good chance that Daenerys and company are standing here out of frame, waiting for him to tell them what the hell just happened. We all know Jon Snow is going to be wanting to speak to Theon also, so this should get pretty interesting. In the next photo, there is a close-up of Theon on this beach, and he might be telling Daenerys everything that happened when he was attacked by his uncle. Or this could be when Jon Snow confronts Theon about the things that he did while Jon was actually in the Night's Watch. Robb Stark sent Theon to go greet with his father, who he hadn't seen since he was a child, and Robb Stark was hoping that he could use the Greyjoy fleet, but Balon wanted nothing to do with that. So instead of Theon going back with Robb, he actually burnt the letter, and he ended up attacking Winterfell and holding everyone there captive. Theon also burnt 2 farm boys while he was there, and he beheaded Sir Roderick, which was one of Ned Stark's closest friends. So Jon Snow's definitely going to want to confront him about those things, but since Theon saved Sansa, Jon will probably let him go with just a warning. The next photo is with Jaime and Bronn, and they are both looking in the same direction also, and it appears they are looking up into the sky a bit. I think they could be looking at one of Dany's dragons as it comes through the clouds and prepares to turn the battlefield into the field of fire, as the Lannister and the Tarly troops march back from High Garden with all the Tyrell gold. This will be the main event in the next episode, and there will be a lot of casualties of war during this battle scene. The Lannisters and Tarlys will be mostly burnt alive and slaughtered by the Dothraki men, but I think Daenerys is going to lose a lot of soldiers too, because the Lannisters aren't just going to lay down and allow this to happen. Although it is going to be pretty damn hard to stop the dragon. I believe they will try to kill her dragon, but it's not going to be easy. This battle should be a lot of fun to watch. In the next image, we can see Sansa Stark out on the Godswood again, and she looks like she was just spooked again. She could be out here with Bran. Perhaps he is telling her some more things that he has seen. Bran could be telling her some of Littlefinger's secrets, or he could be telling her something about Jon Snow. You never really know. This could also be when her sister Arya Stark arrives. In the preview trailer, we did see Arya sitting on her horse overlooking Winterfell. Arya will be making it inside of Winterfell in Episode 4, and this might be when Sansa receives word that her sister is alive and she is at the gates coming in. There is another image that was released online today, and it showed Arya actually standing inside of Winterfell's courtyard. Now, I can't show you the picture of Arya actually standing inside of Winterfell because the company that released that image has actually been given channels copyright strikes for showing their stuff, and I don't want to risk getting one. But hopefully all of you can just take my word for this. Arya will be standing inside of Winterfell's walls in Episode 4. But let's go to the next image, and this might even further confirm that Arya Stark is going to arrive. In this photo, we can see Brienne and Podrick standing in the courtyard at Winterfell, and they are both looking at someone or something. Podrick appears to have a little bit of a smirk on his face, so he might be recognizing someone. Brienne and Podrick did meet Arya back in Season 4 when Brienne and the Hound got into that fight.
You're Arya Stark.
I asked if you wanted something.
I swore to your mother I would bring you home to her.
My mother's dead.
I know. I wish I could have been there to protect her.
You're not a northerner.
No, but I swore a sacred vow to protect her.
So they would recognize Arya when she makes it to the gate, and I think that's who they are looking at, and they're probably happy to see her home and alive. In the next image, we can see Littlefinger overlooking the courtyard also, and he might be looking at the same thing. Littlefinger might start to get worried now that he's being surrounded by the wolves. And Arya is the most vicious of them all, and might be the downfall of Littlefinger. The lone wolves are finally becoming a pack again, and Littlefinger's going to start to sense that. Arya coming home will be the game changer that could seal Littlefinger's fate. But let's move on to the next one. In this image, Cersei Lannister is meeting with Tycho, who is there on behalf of the Iron Bank. And we saw a clip from this in the preview trailer also. Cersei was telling him her plan about securing the Seven Kingdoms and its people under her ruling. She wants to let him know that he has nothing to worry about. The money that they owe the bank is on its way from Highgarden as they speak. And she thinks the debt that the crown has owed for years will be paid off in no time. But little does she know, a very pissed off Dragon Queen is heading their way, looking for a little bit of payback from the few losses that she has taken this season already. The Iron Bank probably won't be receiving the payment anytime soon, and once again Cersei will receive another overdraft fee, keeping her in debt and putting the Iron Bank one step closer to supporting her enemies. The second half of this season should get interesting, with the power starting to shift to Daenerys' side. And speaking of Daenerys, she's in the next photo with Missandei at her side and Jon Snow looking up at them. And it appears that Daenerys and Missandei are discussing something before they meet with Jon Snow on the beach. This could be right before they go into the caves to look for dragonglass, or before they meet with Theon or possibly even Jorah Mormont on the beach. There is another photo that HBO released, and it's just a different angle of Daenerys and Missandei speaking right here. Missandei does have a smile on her face, so it could be some gossiping about her and Grey Worm, or possibly even Jon Snow. I'm not going to call this pillow talk, I'm going to call this pillar talk, as in stones and pillars. Missandei may be smiling as she tells her about what her and Grey Worm did, or she could be telling Daenerys that she thinks Jon Snow likes her. Missandei could say something like, "I saw Jon Snow staring at you, my queen." Something along those lines, and Daenerys is like, "Really? I've never tasted direwolf before." I'm just kidding. But comment down below and let me know what you think is going on in these new images. They were all from episode 4, so we are going to find out soon enough. If you think something else has taken place in the images, put it down below. I want to thank you all for stopping by for this quick update video. I've been working on something else that I'm going to release either tomorrow or Friday at the latest, so keep your eyes open for that one. And I also want to thank my Patreon supporters as well. A lot of you have been joining me on Patreon, so I just want to let all you new members know that I really do appreciate that. Have a good day, and I'll see you down in the comment section. Bye.